Hey, welcome back. Glad to have you here. We are doing a Nail Vanity Acrylic Systems challenge from the support group on Facebook. So I'm just going to show you one of the nails that I did for this challenge, and it is Love Island, um, which I don't watch. I hate it. I don't watch it. So I did my best. And this particular nail was inspired by another YouTuber, a fantastic nail artist called Absolute Nails, and she did Jessica Rabbit. So I can't even take the credit for the idea. And hers was far better than mine, but I am a beginner. So I'm using Nail Vanity's Blushed Core and Ibiza. Quite appropriate, really. Ibiza coloured acrylic. So I'm just burping my brush. I'll go in with the core and sort of paint the whole nail with it. I don't cap any of these because these are just design and they're not going to be on anybody's fingers. They don't need to be strengthened. It was a photo competition, really, for Nail Vanity. It's a cracking support group, by the way. There's no nastiness at all, none whatsoever. All levels, including me, who only qualified this year, are in there, and there's no nastiness. It's all friendly, all very helpful. There's a top tips section, and you know the challenge is set, and everybody joins in. It's really good fun. So do come over. It's Nail Vanity Acrylic Systems Support Group on Facebook. The weather when I did these was scorchio. So I am working fairly wet so that I have time to move this before it sets. I am a faffer. I'm a terrible faffer and I've got to speed up. I've got to stop doing this, but still, hey, it's me. I think I do it with everything. I am using Nail Vanity brushes as well. So the acrylic brush you saw me using then, the pink one, was a size 10, and this is the 3D acrylic brush, and it's fabulous. So I've put some backing paper with a form on the other side down, just making sure my brush is clean. And this is to create some little boobies. Backing paper helps you when you're moulding it because it won't stick. And if you get quite a wet bead, not too wet that it runs everywhere, but a medium wet bead, I'd say, and you can just drop it in a little perfectly boob-shaped ball. If, you know, well, my boobs don't look like that, but hey. That was obviously not a perfectly boob-shaped ball either. I had to do some work to shape that. But the first one was. It is scorchio, it's really hot, so, you know, I have sped this up a bit just to break the monotony. So just keep adding to that, popping a bit more acrylic on and a bit more, building those boobs nicely. You want some nice shapely boobs that I am going to cover in a bikini. I'm not going to leave it obscene. Just using my 3D acrylic brush to add some structure in there. Make sure we've got a nice cleavage going on, and measuring it up to my form that I couldn't pick up properly apparently. There we go. I have a drunk form. Bear in mind there is blue tack behind that, by the way, so if you see patches, it's blue tack. So I'm easing my brush just under the edges there. So I can peel. Never thought I'd ever say this, and I've got some really odd looks making this with my other half walking past. But I'm peeling breasts off the back of a sticky label, really. That's what I'm doing. Yeah. because it's hot, it set a little bit more than I'd have liked, but I got there. I got there in the end. I'm just making sure they fit. And I'm going to pop some acrylic on there to adhere my breasts to the nail. Just holding them and pushing them into place. I think I make one a little bit smaller than the other in the end, but hey, none of us are perfect. There we go, my nail has boobs. So now I'm smoothing those lines and I'm going to go in and fill the gaps behind the boobs where the boobs were a little bit too set really to but we still managed it. We still sort of filled it in and made it look as good as a newbie can, really. It's great practice though. These challenges are fantastic for getting your mind going and getting your creative juices flowing and making you step a little bit outside your comfort zones. I love it. My first set, the first competition was July the 4th, celebrations, and I decided to paint stars on my nails. Oh my goodness, they do not look like stars. They do not look like stars. But to be fair, I didn't have the liner brushes, the art brushes that I've got now. I'm not saying that they would have been any better, but I will try to make them better. I was doing it with thicker makeup brushes, which, you know, doesn't help matters. So having the right tools is definitely an aid. So just making sure the top of the cleavage is nice and smooth and there's no gaps around the sides there. I did create some lines and you'll see me smoothing over those as well. Yes, if anybody's got any tips on how to paint a star without it looking like, you know, my 3-year-old nephew did it, I'd be really grateful. I even used a dotting tool to map it out first, you know, with the 2 triangle method. No, 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 they were awful. Still entered it though. Ah, no, I don't mind sharing my bloopers. I don't mind that at all. We've all got them. The part of the purpose of this channel is so that I can also map my progress. So the next video I'm going to upload is the nails I've got on now, and I attempted a 3D French, which hasn't entirely worked. It is a bit of a fail. It still looks pretty, but it's not what I had in my head. And I will share that with you because it's good to see. It's good to see things that don't go perfectly and see what we can do with them. So I'm making a belly button here. Yeah, not convinced about this belly button at all, but I needed something. It looks a bit like it's something else, but I end up popping a gem in there, like it's a piercing, and it does make it look a bit better because that just looks wrong. That looks really wrong, and then I go and make it worse by doing this. But hey, I considered nipples and then changed my mind quickly. Did you see that? It was almost a nipple, but then I thought, no, 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 keep it clean. We're covering it with Bikini anyway. So we're coming in with Ibiza, and I'm using it more like a paint. It's so pigmented, this acrylic from Nail Vanity. It's so pigmented. You can literally just paint it on. I mean, you can see how gorgeous that is now. That's proper summer festival vibes, that, isn't it? That brush makes light work of everything as well. I love it. When I did this, the only thing I wish I had, and I didn't have, I will have to invest in, is some colours that I could have used to shade the flesh area, because I think that would have made a difference. I did attempt it with some gel polish, but it just didn't work. So I need to get some I don't know, pale beige colours, I suppose. And by painting this on rather than layering it thick, you're not affecting the shape of what you've just sculpted, be that, you know, boobs in a bikini, or, you know, whatever else you're choosing to make 3D nail art with. I mean, come Christmas, Valentine's, being able to do this is going to be a godsend. 3D Christmas trees, 3D presents, chimneys and Santa's coming down them. Oh, yeah. But it's really good to practice this now, which is why the challenges are really working for me, because I know they're helping my skills. They'll help me improve. This is far from perfect, but I had great fun doing it, and I've learned. I've learned along the way. Some of the entries are phenomenal, but there's no looking down on beginners. There's none of that. Well, I haven't found any of that anyway. I don't know anybody that has. Everybody seems very encouraging and very friendly. I also have a discount code for you for Nail Vanity products, which I will pop in the description. Here we are. I'm just mapping where the bikini bottoms go. Do you know, when I start these videos and I start the voiceover, I think, just let them watch it, Amanda. Just, you know, they don't need to hear your voice. But then I feel like, you know, you've got to fill that silence. And so I find myself talking to you again. It's the weirdest thing. Sat in a room, just me and my dog, talking to a laptop. And actually, my dog is snoring. That is not me. Oh God. Bless him, he's struggled in this heat. He really has. He doesn't know what to do with himself. I gave him a bath the other day and it was so hot I nearly joined him. I didn't, but I thought about it. I seriously contemplated getting in the bath with my dog. So I'm pushing now. Let's concentrate, Amanda. Pushing the bikini into the shape I want. In hindsight, and hindsight's a wonderful thing, and this is why we all learn, and why I do insist on trying these things, even though I'm new, and it might be well beyond my remit, but I won't learn if I don't try. I would have shaped that differently. I would have made the side bits higher, so it was more of a high leg, if you like. Just popping a bit more acrylic down there because it looks like we've got transparent legs. And there we go. There's our Love Island bikini babe. If only I looked like that, eh? I really appreciate you watching my videos. I would love, look at the state of that. I'd love it if you put me a like, a subscribe, maybe even a comment, just so I know that you're watching. So this was the gel, but it didn't really work. It wasn't the right shade. It wasn't the gel, it just wasn't the right shade. I was just trying to define a little bit. Incidentally, I love that colour on my nails. The colour I've just put on there. Beautiful. It's a nice nude. Popping it in the lamp to cure. Like I said, I haven't capped it. I've just top coated them because they were just for photos. And you can see the whole set here. Yeah, there we go.